Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Phuket Walk.
Okay, let's just take a moment to make sure audio is working. Give me a second, guys. Ladies and gents, welcome to Phuket Walk. I'll be with everyone shortly. Okay, sounds like all is in order, and maybe it's time to get my big head on the screen then. Sawadee-ka! Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Phuket Walk. This is Phuket Alex, and we have a wonderful rainy day. And why not? It is the rainy season, so I decided to, since we're in the Katu area anyways, to walk to Princess Songkla University. It is still quite early here, and then we'll roam around the university area and see, we'll grab a bite, grab a coffee, grab a drink, and whatever. But the whole point is to meet up everybody, have a good walk, and have a great chat. So welcome everybody. Let's get the walk going, and I will say hi to everyone. Let's do this. Looks like all is in order, but oh my, before we got started, I should have just started filming started the live stream right from the start. I dropped my phone, saved it with the kick. It was slipping all over the place, all sorts of fun stuff, but hey, that's how we get started here. But all in all, hello everyone. Hello Juanita, hello Hajat, Steven, hello Sally, Once Upon a City, and also Vivian, Madano, bro, good to see you. And let's see who I miss. And also Pine Sol, hello as well. And I always miss chats, I apologize if I do. But once again, welcome everybody. Let me try to make my way and cross this super dangerous street first. I say this is because it's super dangerous. Thank you. Right? See? I know about that. And I almost got hit. But anyways, so yeah, imagine the people who don't expect it. But this is kind of my hood and my old stomping ground, so not today. Once again, welcome to a nice Tuesday, I believe, as I lost track of days because I was away from everyone for a little bit, so I do miss everybody. But let me get across this road first before we continue talking. It is, as you know, always an adventure. And you can see how confusing it is, as there's like absolutely no crosswalk for you to go across. Well, unless I guess you're somehow there. And is that even a crosswalk? But welcome to Thailand. Yes, I do have an umbrella. But right now, for some reason, it's just small drizzle. So I'm like, hey, I can take it. I have a hat on. I don't feel it. But I'm sure it'll probably get a little stronger, the rain. It was a bit stronger earlier, but hey, I don't pray for it. So, I mean, if it stays like this, then let's keep it romantic. But thanks for the reminder, Sally. I do have an umbrella with me in my back pocket. Well, the funny thing is, the umbrella is pretty crappy, but I'm really stubborn about breaking it first before I buy a new one. Maybe today's the day. It's very whimsy umbrella, I would say, but it'll do for today. Hey, Pinesol, thank you so much. As Pinesol says, good morning for a Thai coffee of your liking. Pinesol, thank you so much. Kakumak Naka for the 279 super chat. Definitely appreciate it, and I will find something for us to drink later on. I gotta build up a thirst first. I did drink some water earlier, but I am craving for that coffee, so thank you so much for starting me off on a positive vibe, and I'll be looking forward to that. Kakumak Naka, once again, cheers. Hey Martian, you're just in time for the celebrations, and we just got started. And I think I feel a lot better now as I'm motivated to get my cup of coffee. So let's get the walks forward, and we'll keep charging and marching towards Prince of Songkla University. I haven't been here for a while. It is my old stomping grounds, but honestly, I've been away for like 3-4 years around this hood. And then, of course, I don't really trek down this way, but here I am trying to make my way to Prince of Songkla. Hopefully we won't get lost, but that's just more the merrier if we do. More fun, that is. And hello, baby love, as well. Hey, we got a great group of people. Everybody ready for a good walk. And I did say rainy, as Sally was questioning me, but right now it's pretty dry still. We will get some rain. You can tell that it's wet everywhere. But for whatever reason, thanks to everyone, once the walk has started, no rain. I'll take it. I mean, I've been dodging the rain all season for some reason. There was a few episodes I'm sure it was going to rain. It was storming all morning, and I went out. I'm like, yeah, this is the rain walk. And then by the time I got there, the rain stopped. So here's me praising this and jinxing myself. Let's see what happens in an hour or so. That's a friendly hello to everybody. The good thing about these days is I don't really expect overheating, but you never know. The direct sun, of course, adds a load to the heating process. But right now, today is forecasted at 31 degrees with very high humidity. So it is warm and wet. Doesn't feel like a sauna yet, thanks to the rain, I guess. But maybe later on, if the sun decides to come out, then the heat will start rising. Bakery, coffee, I just got, you know what, we'll hold on. We'll hold out a little bit, Hansel. But thank you so much. I just figure I can't crave in the first one, as someone advised me. I think it was Chatty Cathy. Do not go for the first choice yet. Look around first. See what you feel like. She might be the only few that's open this early, actually. It's currently only 9:46 locally. Let me see the time again. 9:47. And for Phuket, that's quite early, as most places, well, unless you're in the flea market, then that place opens up at 7 to 6. I think it's 6:30 this one, but don't quote me on it. Hey Sally, thank you. I think this is a pretty cool backdrop. And Once Upon a City says, cheerful and fun, Phuket Walk is on a coffee run. Sorry about that, let me say that again. Cheerful and fun, Phuket Walk is on a coffee run, as that's supposed to rhyme a little bit. But thank you so much, Sally, for the coffee support once again. I'm definitely in the coffee run, and it looks like I can have a cup or two, so I'm a little bit more excited now to get running. So once again, thank you for the $5 super chat. Kakuma na cup, Sally. And something I want to show you, Sally, as well. And hope it works. Let me walk past this area first. And show us these beautiful flowers and that scene over there. Here we are. And I was talking about, Sally, whenever you like to, just do this. And let me type it first, and hopefully it works. As you know, a lot of times my bot and stuff doesn't like to cooperate. So hopefully, give me a second. There we go. And for those of you who don't know, here's Sally. Sally walks with heart and grace, revealing stories in every place. Join her journey, thoughtful and witty. Discover the charm of Once Upon a City. Every time I read something, I have to somehow hiccup it. Especially rhymes. But all in all, it's not about me. Do go over to Sally's channel and check out her amazing content there. And anytime you feel like Sally, just type that command on the chat and you can pull your link up anytime. Okay, one moment. I gotta get a pin chat up. as we have reached our super chat goal as well. Let me see if I can do that on the go. It gets a bit tricky here though. That's part of the role, I remember. I don't think they're open yet, but they're setting up. This is what we call Songdam style. It's kind of a northeastern style of food and eating. You get to sit in those little huts. Well, that's what I like to do anyways. And they have papaya salad and grilled chicken and all sorts of good spicy stuff. A bit too early, but I think they're prepping some of the grilled stuff here. We can take a peek. And if you're wondering what these are, they're local beliefs, and they're set up for various gods for good luck and blessings. It's like a mini temple, isn't it? And you do pray and give blessing every morning. Like how we went to the big one the other day, actually, at Katu Temple. But I guess when you're busy, you just set one up outside your house, and you can also do that as well. And whether you're interested in the crazy wiring or just the beautiful backdrop, we got a little bit of that. And this might be somebody's yard, but it's so well kept. Look at all the pretty flowers here. And hello to Chatty Cathy on the replay. As I often say, if she goes on the replay screen and finds some flowers, the chances are I'm saying hi to her. Let's get a zoom in on that backdrop, but without that clearance sale 80% off. All of a sudden the road kind of disappears. And this is what I'm walking on. Very narrow. Alright, here we are. And that's where I'll try to be steady. And you can also check out the crazy wiring as well. And let me get this pinned chat up, as I saw someone come in just in time for the celebration. Sorry about the horrible camera work. Here we are. Sorry, Jenny, you kind of threw me off there. But all in all, welcome to the live stream. And as Jenny says, okay, I'm not sure how, but I'm still awake, so here I am. And great that you are, but knowing how annoying my voice is, I might put you back to sleep in a little bit. So glad you can join us, Jenny, as we're in an older part of town. We call it Katu. and we're making our way to Princess Songkla University on a quite early morning here. It's not even 10 a.m. yet, is it? 5 minutes to 10 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, rainy day. I came out, it was a little bit storming, as you can see my surroundings, but thanks to everybody, I haven't experienced much rain yet. So all in all, welcome Jenny to the live stream. And as I was saying, you're just in time for the celebrations. If all is in order, Sally's pin chat should be up. And thank you, Sally, for reaching our super chat goals. And I'll get you an on-screen celebration in a bit. And if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna give Pine Sol a shout out on the on-screen celebration as well for starting my journey off. But I think that cup of coffee just got a little bigger thanks to Sally as well. Cheers. More mountains to see. I was trying to show everybody a better backdrop, and then I failed on the camera work. Here we are. I assure you, it's a bit too early for being drunk. I'm gonna stop by this park here. Well, I was going to anyways. But it looks like they're under construction right now. Let's see if I can enter the other way. Heisel said, "We're here for the ride." Well, you're welcome for both. I mean, today there's no motorcycle ride, unfortunately. I just decided to take us on a walk, but on some other days, you can expect us on a motorcycle. Going somewhere. But for those of you overseas and during the evenings, do feel free to sit back and relax and fall asleep. As I always say, that is the service of this channel. I mean, if I don't put you to sleep, hopefully Phuket Island does its job with its amazing, vibrant, and beautiful, calming, peaceful, you name it, type of backdrops and scenery. We're gonna be into a more peaceful one this time. This is the Tattoo Museum. Looks like someone's up there. And Jenny says, "What kind of a bike do you ride? A Vespa?" No, I ride a Honda Monkey, which is a manual bike. So, well, despite its smaller cc, 125 cc only, but I've upgraded that a little bit, not too much. But yeah, it's a manual bike, and I generally have videos and pictures of it. So feel free to check that out in the video section, or even some of my other live streams. Recently, I got my camera angle right to feature some of the handlebars, and I'm really into that, so hope everybody's enjoying that a little bit. Is that open finally? It looks mighty slippery, but I think it's first time it says it's open. So let me be careful, but let's take the risk to take us up front. We came here a few times. There's no water in there, if you guys remember, but here we are, folks. Wow. And once they're finished, I'm sure we'll walk down there to check it out. Oh yeah, awesome. There's something we share in common, a love for the motorcycle. Like I said, despite a smaller cc, I still ride and cruise enjoy it all the same. So let's get a moment, because I think that looks amazing. Let's just chill here for a little bit and enjoy the natural ambience. When we first got started till now, it's just me and my voice, right? And I'm glad you're enjoying this. Pine Saw and Sally, cheers. Yeah, I don't even get to see this every day, Vivian. Where I used to live, it was so far away, but at the same time, there was like a lot of buildings surrounding where I was, so I don't get to see this backdrop. It wasn't the best place, like I mentioned a few times, but here we are now. You know what? We're already here. Let's get us closer, yeah? It's a bit slippery. I think we're all right. Un momento. Okay, here we are. And Jenny tells me it's all about the CC, Alex. Thank you. I'm looking to up it a bit. Well, for the island, the agile monkey does his job, as I need to squeeze through traffic quite a bit. But you are right, it does struggle on hills. And 1 second, let me try to get this right. Okay. Trying to get it right. Here we are.
And check that out. It's fresh out of the oven.
Oh, sorry for the slanted image. Here we are. And that should be in working order. But let's go back to the celebrations. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you're enjoying this view, because I'm going to do the celebrations here for you. And once again, thank you so much for helping us reach our super chat goals. That's definitely amazing, and thank you so much. And I need some fireworks in there. Come on. I know you guys seen a lot of fireworks, but it's not a celebration without it, yeah? And once again, thank you so much. Sally, Once Upon a City. And let's do a little bit of walk around, change the scene a little bit. And then we'll get one up for Pine Sol as well, as, hey, we're not strict on these celebrations. More the merrier. I'm glad you agree, Jenny. And I'm also glad I have some instinct. I almost missed a step there. And you can never have enough fireworks. Hey Jazz, welcome to the live stream. And I think Juanita might be the first one in, but don't fight me on that or quote me on that. But all in all, the J square equation is completed. Welcome to the live stream, Jazz. We're checking out this mural here, which I always find pretty interesting. And see if I can get the angles right. And then we have some natural backdrop, so let's mix it up a bit with this one here. And Jazz is just in time for banner time. And I gotta set this up a bit, so it's gonna take me a little bit longer, but hey, I think it's worth the wait. One moment. Okay. I think it's working. And let's get that a little bit bigger. And then I'll put it up here for this one, so it doesn't get in the way. All right, Pine Sol, thank you for the first super chat, and of course, getting me started and all excited towards my cup of coffee. I'm still biting on my tongue. I definitely need it. But cheers to Sally as well, of course, for making that cup of coffee bigger. But this one's for you, Pine Sol. Thank you so much for starting me out, for being awesome. Thank you. And hey, Jenny just said we could never have enough fireworks. But I guess I can mix it up a bit. And all right, cheers to you. Thank you so much, Pine Sol. I mean, we're starting out the walk on a slower pace, but we're starting out with two amazing celebrations. So what's the rush? And that is pretty cool. Thank you, Jenny. Hope you can join us for the motorcycle ride next time as well, and see what I can do with a 125cc bike. Not much, but it gets us around. But yeah, I'll be sure to get us some riding next time, Sally, as well, as I've been enjoying the new body mount quite some. And for those of you interested on what I was talking about, I made a 4K video for Liam. That's Epic Nation HD, as he gave a wonderful support and boost for my bike that day. I was very low on gas, and he made sure that I got home. So cheers to him, and thanks to him, I made a 4K ride video. So for those of you interested, you can go and enjoy that until the next live stream. We'll get some riding going as well. I'm not going to venture off too far. I saw the exit there being closed off, so I'll go on this bridge just because I think it's cool. I don't think the water's filled or anything. Probably deeper into the rain season, we'll see some water there, and you guys will know what I'm talking about in a bit. And definitely cheers to Liam. And that's why the video, I said it's just for him, but you guys are more than welcome to watch it. But definitely made just for him that ride. Ride for Liam, no charity. Just a lot of love for him being awesome. But do give him some well wishes as he's still recovering. And also Canadian Vasily as well. He was under the weather a bit. I really hope this thing holds up. It looks sturdy, but hey. But once it fills, it looks pretty right now, but I think the water gets pretty high later on. And we'll come back and check it out later. But let's enjoy today. And these guys are like, what the heck are you doing in my backyard? Thank you, Jenny. We had some good rides with the monkey. With all the jokes aside, really, thank you everyone for your blessings, because you can clearly see everywhere is all wet. For some reason, there's no rain. So cheers to everyone. Yeah, it is quite peaceful here, Juanita. Hopefully I'm not overpowering some of the birds here. Don, what's going on, bro? Good to see ya. And let me walk back here. Wawa wee wawa. And Don says, hello Alex and everyone, cheers. Don, Intruder Alert Captain, thank you so much for the amazing support, bro. And it's good to see you. We were missing you on a few streams. I was actually giving you a shout out when we were checking out the Vespa. And for some reason, audio went out just in time. So, hey, never mind that. Thank you so much. Welcome to today. Welcome to supposedly a rainy day, but all thanks to you and everyone else bringing me some good luck. We're going to head towards my old university. Check it out. Have a good time. Welcome to the walk. And you know what? I'll get you a big shout out for the Wawa Wee Wawa and holy guacamole type of support. Thank you. Cheers to you. Thank you very much, Don. As I was screaming to the top of my lungs, I'm just gonna quiet down for a little bit for being too excited. Sorry for disturbing the natural ambience. But seriously, welcomed on to the live stream, because we just got started and I definitely need a cup of coffee, as it did on my tongue a few times already. But we were just talking about motorbikes and riding, and Science booked an appointment to do a test ride on the Yamaha 155 she was looking at. So I'm very excited for her about that. And as Don plays some important influence, and she was really actually, now she's all in about trying to sell the car and get her new bike. So we should expect some riding videos from her sooner than later, I hope. And we're going to take a glimpse here one more time, as this tree actually has some magical powers. Well, locals believe so anyways, as it's been kept here for a very long time. And there's a setup for this tree. And people come here and pray for blessings. So it's not only temples and also small temples that you saw earlier that we get blessings. There's a belief in Thailand that many plants, trees have positive spiritual powers. And I'm just gonna pray for good health once again, happiness, and peace for everybody. One moment, I'm just gonna take some time to make my prayers, but before I do, hello Trojan. I don't want to miss the chat again. Good to see you. And I'm just gonna, like I said, make a prayer, including yourself, for everyone on good health, happiness, and some peace. And Vivian did mention last time she wants to kind of see how we do this. And why not? You know what? Well, now usually you do have to get on your knees a little bit, but I'm going to do it what you call a casual style. I have to probably ask sign on that one, Vivian. As the screen was not lagging, just me. I do not know what kind of tree this is, but to my knowledge, there's a few trees, but this one is, in terms of, well, there's many, I guess, but around here, this is one of the trees that people pray to, and this setup is for it. There's one more actually at the university, which is a mini setup. And I don't know if they've taken that down, but if not, when we get there, I'll show you guys, because that one's more interesting. Everybody puts strengths and, you know, whatever they want and they believe. But for what? That tree is for exams. Is to pray that they pass their exams. So a lot of people spend a lot of time there, especially during exam times, to my memory, praying there. And we're going to kind of just venture through here, as that's what YouTubers do. But I'm respectful, and this is actually open to the public. Okay, let me see if I missed any chats, and my apologies if I do. Sometimes I get carried away or too excited, as you guys know. But also, I mean well. She's cleaning the floor, so I'm not going to venture in there. See, I do mean well. And we have been here before, so let's kind of check out this courtyard area, as we got plenty of places to check out, including the university. And when we get to the university, we'll give Don a nice shout out as well, and appreciation, and try not to fall asleep, Don. And Don was saying, this heat has worn me out on keep falling asleep early. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. You guys been getting a heat wave. You guys been getting a heat wave, and to my knowledge, it's about 29 degrees over there. Every time I go in there, they tend to like to take a picture of me. I'm just taking a quick look, actually. I don't know if it's okay or not okay. But I guess they had a picture of me last time as well. Hello to everyone. And there's a pickleball center over there. We also been in there for a cup of coffee. And let me catch up on some of the chats here first. Maybe I need to drink more coffee to keep me awake. Well, I've been cutting down as well, actually. Like, I usually have one early morning, so today I'm just waiting for my first cup as I gotta head towards it now. But nowadays I maximum 2 cups, and then on good days I would only have 1, but if I come out for walks, sign allows me to have 2. But you know what, Don? If you can get some good rest, it's still alright. It's important to get good sleep. I was just wishing Vivian for some good rest as she lost some sleep the other day. And you guys know, I'm often up, as Boom said the other time. Alex never sleeps. I'm often up nowadays around 3 a.m. Whoa, walking into a line here. I'm fine. Okay, all is in working order. Sorry about that. Just want to make sure the stream is all right. How was my weekend? It was all right. It was good. Just a bit busy, I guess. Well, we did have that coffee break with everybody. But aside from that, me and Sign are still trying to settle in. We have so many plans to check out the area, to use the facilities. I did get to check out the gym. But I mean, I got like 1 set in and then I went back to my room. But all in all, I guess we're just trying to get comfortable. But so far, it's been so good. Nothing bad. Everything's going well. Still adapting to the new place. Aside from feeling a bit empty. And that's not because of the house or anything, because, you know, my other cat is missing, but yeah, everything has been amazing at the new area. I'm able to come out for walks quite quickly. Actually, I was gonna give an example of a few times when it was raining. I started riding my bike And by the time I got there, the rain stopped. So I was gonna say, yeah, I was able to come out today. It was raining, and I thought, hey, perhaps we can have a rain walk, and the title would actually match. And I came out, I started just in time, and there's no rain anyways. This has been quite funny actually, this rainy season. I'm not complaining like I mentioned, because I know going forward every day there'll be rain, but one way or another I've been able to dodge it. So if you have luck like me, you can visit anytime, I guess, even during the rainy seasons. Plenty of sun. And thanks for staying awake, of course, Vivian, and coming along. I do try to start the streams a bit earlier. Well, as early as some shops open, of course. And I'm able to now. There's a few times I'm aimed to start quite early, and then I just started riding. I got out of the house quite early, but traffic, so on and so forth, and oh man, just the location we were at was horrible. So I'm glad that I'm able to do that, at least for the past few episodes, slightly earlier. It actually does rain all the time, Vivian. People are not wrong by saying it rains every day. It's just, I mentioned before, and some people probably doubted me. I said you can technically run away from the rain, and I've been doing that. Well, most of my journeys, I'm kind of dictated by the weather. Instead of just going inside, I check out where the rain cloud is, and it's not that hard to see. I mean, it's a giant black thing in front of you, and you just try to kind of go away from that area in general. Sometimes you have to run to the north of the island, sometimes you run back to the south. But one way or another, I'm doing a good job, at least during the month of June and July so far. We're 1 week into July already, maybe a little bit more, so wowzers. I didn't even realize June passing by. I was so focused on the move, and that's been the main thing of all June, relocation. So yeah, thanks for asking, Sally. It's actually a wonderful weekend now that I think about it. We done a stream for everybody, got to spend some time. Asim really wanted to, and I know you guys had a crazy busy weekend of streams and celebrations, so thank you everyone that joined us that day as well. But yeah, and then after that, we were able to spend some time together with Sing in the house, running around. So the first time we actually got to enjoy the apartment, well, condo, or whatever, the new location. Whatever you want to call it. But the downsizing has been making things a bit harder. We need to still throw a lot of things away and unpack and get the room sorted out. So some of you was mentioning, do we get a house tour? Not right now. It won't be very impressive right now. Everything is just all over the place. But yeah, it does feel a little bit like home now, a little bit wholesome. So great weekend, great weekend. I'm gonna check out a temple now. And while we're checking out this temple, hey, welcome to the live stream, Carol. Good to have you here. And I hope you had a wonderful birthday celebration as well, as your birthday was on the same day as Sign's. So thank you for joining us today. It's currently 10:30 a.m. It's quite early locally. So good morning, Thailand. And for those of you who's enjoying this morning, and some sun, well, some morning. It's quite cloudy today locally. But good morning, Phuket, and of course, good evening to most of you overseas braving the night with me. Great to have everybody here. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. And we still got to check out the Prince of Songkla University. And we've been enjoying more local walks recently due to my relocation, and I really love it. I just have to make a small ride to the local 7-Eleven, I guess. I like to park my bike there because usually I like to park around more crowded area, so my bike's taken care of. So it's a good location. It's like a central point. I can kind of drop my stuff off, stop my bike, get things sorted out before I start my stream. So it was quite hectic before. Hey, check out this little guy. So my 125 is definitely not the smallest CC on the island. And I'm pretty sure that one's motorized, so nice. And sorry for the poor camera work. I've been working out a little bit, like I said, and I guess my arm is starting to show that it needs more workout. So today I'm a little bit wobbly, my apologies. I'll do my best to focus a little more and improve that. But yeah, all in all, my chicken wings is taking a toll. And more of these little temples I was talking about. But give me some time and I'll do something with these chicken wings. And geez, we were just saying hello to Liam earlier, so I don't know what I was thinking. One moment. Is Sign in the house as well? Oh, Sign is in the house. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to Katu. We're going to where we met. And where it all got started. So me and Sai met at university. Maybe Jenny doesn't know the story yet, so we might tell the story all over again. Thank you, Jenny. As you guys might know, that's one of my favorite stories to tell. And don't let me fool you when I don't mention it and suddenly you guys ask and I'm like, oh, I told that story already. But on the inside, I'm like, yeah, I get to tell it again. But yeah, me and Sai met at this university. And I was here as a transfer student. I was a mature student then. I missed university on my official time, I guess, as a teen. It took me another 10 years before I got to go again. And I made my way all the way to the East Coast. And you're like, East Coast? Yes, East Coast, Canada. And I made it to Sydney, not Australia, Nova Scotia. That's right, Sydney, Nova Scotia. And I started university at Cape Breton University. And from there, I did okay, I guess. Had a few talks with the dean. One way or another, had a small transfer program to Prince of Songkla University. And that's what brought me to Thailand. And of course, thank you Phuket, thank you Thailand and Prince of Songkla University for hosting me and being so generous since the beginning. As I had much to learn about Thailand and its culture and life. So I'm happy we have a walk path. I mean, Just make sure I don't slip and fall or anything though. Is across the street better? Jenny says, I've told a few stories in my days. Yes, they call you Miss Jenny. Okay, let me pick up the pace. I mean, it's quite beautiful here and all, and it's not bad. But I think there's a better view at the university. The yellow building, I think that was the newly renovated cafe. But it's not open yet, Sally. Good question, good eye. I think this one we're talking about. It's not open yet. It's a new cafe they're setting up, I think. But when they're done, we can check it out. And Jenny says, when I was a crossing guard, that's what the kids called me. Oh, no worries, Ali. And you know me, bonehead me, I always not very good and quick with the chats, especially when my app doesn't want to help me and delay the chats a bit. But thank you so much for noticing the small details, as I often rush through life and need a reminder to slow down. I do enjoy the smaller things of life, but I don't know, sometimes you just end up in this rolling ball of thunder, I don't know. And you lose track, and all of a sudden you're in a rush where you're not sure you're in a rush to where or for what. That's why it's always important to calm down every now and then. These walks help me a lot. I call it walking meditation. I do quite a bit of meditation in the past, when I was in Toronto actually. But since then, I have taken a more active type of meditation. Talking a lot and walking. Well, having a great time with everybody. So thank you everybody for one way or another meditating with me on these journeys and giving me some peace. And despite a rainy day, here we are, Princess Songkla University. And Sally says walking is a stress reliever. I think so. And it's also helped me make a comeback on my health as well. I'm just getting a little bit too scrawny nowadays. But that's my fault for not doing any resistance work. Whoa, as I say that, I almost slipped. Lucky I slowed down. Let me get me off of this path. So I don't have bad shoes on, but I think there's quite a bit of molding. I could have took an easy tumble on that one. And welcome to the live stream, Nick. As we just arrived at Princess Songkla University, I'm okay, no falls, no slips. I was just saying slips and falls are the #1 cause of accidents. But hope you're having a good one, Nick, as we arrive at Princess Songkla. And I think they welcome us, so far anyways. It was a bit strange how the other place took a picture of me, because they did that last time as well. And I wasn't sure for what. They never tell me. But I guess, like I said last time, if you're pointing a camera at someone, I guess it's alright, they take a picture of you. That's where sign usually resolves most of the issues, as I need a lot more work on my Thai. And as all things, most things that occur here is just misunderstanding. So let's not jump to conclusions too early and too fast. Take it slow. A lot of things will be resolved here. Let's get to the beautiful backdrop I was talking about. I like it anyways. Either the pond or here. I think it's more glorious in the front of the building. In a peaceful way. Glorious in a peaceful way. You'll see what I mean. And who did I miss? Hello, Vernon. Definitely did not miss you. Good to have you here. And hello to South Africa and Cape Town. Hope the weather's better than here for you. As I know North America has been enjoying some sun, I would say, or just enduring some heat waves. But I think the weather in terms of warm and hotness is the same as here. I checked earlier, Toronto was forecasted at 29 degrees. I guess with the sun will be a little bit more. And the same thing here, forecast at 29 degrees. High humidity. I think it's not too bad right now, maybe around like 35 or so percent, I'm not sure, 30-ish. Well, with the rain and all, it might be higher. But forecasted to storm and rain all week. And here we are. Like what Vivian mentioned earlier, not too hard to do. See a giant black cloud in front of you, go the other way. And I did that today, and I guess it worked really well. Because if I went north today, I'll probably be caught in the rain right now. And I'm going to change the angle a little bit. And Princess Songkla University. This is the Phuket campus, obviously, and the president's office. And here we are, Don. Thank you so much for the awesome support today. And Don definitely knows I kind of screwed up last month with my health scare, but not taking care of myself, and almost pretty much had to get signed to give up some of her gifts and all that she's gotten. But thank you, Don, for kind of bailing me out I do not want to give her any more burden. And I think with the savings I've been trying to do overall last month, I'm able to probably make up a lot of that expenses incurred. So thank you so much, Don, and I appreciate it. And of course, giving Sign a better month and birthday overall, as I didn't like that burden on her at all, especially occurring during the month of her birthday and celebrations. So, hey, I think now she'll be able to buy some of the equipment and the gifts that she's been looking forward to for her birthday. And we did have much celebration as well. So thank you so much, Don, and everyone that's helped us out. It's been a tough month, and July has been very kind to us. And I think that has a lot to do with everybody. So this one's for you, Don. Intruder alert, Captain. We all know who you are. All aboard, full speed ahead, and let's get the celebration started. Thank you for the wah wah wee wah wah type of support, and I call it holy guacamole. And we're gonna get more fireworks. And don't blame me for spamming fireworks. I guess blame the 4th of July and Canada's Day, yeah? And we're gonna get this giant thank you up. But hey, let's mix it up for some fun while we're at this anyways. And here's some guy I don't know saying thank you to you as well. But hey, why not an extra help, an extra thank you? But I don't know if you like this character, but this is someone you might know as well. And I think his name is Don as well, if I'm not mistaken. So from one Don to another, thank you so much, Don. Intruder alert, Captain. Cheers to you. And that was thrown in there just because I like Homer. Yeah, that guy does look familiar. And Jenny says, woohoo! Hello, Megan. Let's not miss out on the president's office. So let's get one more glimpse for Megan before we start to walk around here. Welcome to the live stream. Hope everybody enjoy that little bit of graphics and a few characters joining the celebrations. More the merrier, right? So I need a few more help, so I figured get a few AI people in to help. So I'm glad everybody enjoyed Homer, and from one Dono to another. Cheers to Don. And cheers to you as well, Sally, and Pine Sol. I still didn't get my coffee yet, but that will come. The anticipation has been enjoyable. There's actually a tiny coffee house there. But if I wait a little bit, then the proper ones might be open. Me and Sign were actually not initially in the same class. I was assigned to a different group and went on one semester not knowing she existed. But I had such a great time here. I said, hey, I'm gonna stay one more semester if possible. And I went through all the communications and channels to make that possible. And lucky me, I had the opportunity to stay one more semester. And at that time, I still thought about, hey, I came here to have some fun and party. Well, that semester changed everything, as me and Sign was assigned to a class that I was not supposed to be in. I'm not even making this up. I actually opted to study another class that was quite interesting. Had a little bit about, I think, bartending and related skills type of class. So I went in there with a lot of anticipation for the class to be awesome, but the story was quite simple. I'm a kind of a more mature adult student at the time, and I went into class and I had a text message pretty much from the gov. So I was like, oh, I better check this out. It was quite urgent. The gov was telling me something about, certain situations I was dealing with, nothing bad or anything, just an update. And I was like, oh, okay, I better look into this. And the professor at the time decided, I don't know, he's like, I was just taking a glimpse. I wasn't doing any talking or texting. And he just took away the phone, and I was like, all right, I didn't live 10 more years or 15 more years to endure what I endured in junior high. So I wasn't having it, pretty much, and I canceled the class. Right away, the same day I did. So I ended up taking another class with an amazing professor, who actually, I call him amazing because he did me a favor. I kind of went in pretty much like 2 weeks or 1 week into the semester. And one moment, as I'm boring everybody, Jenny says, okay, I'm sad that I don't have Vivian's stamina, but I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. This was fun, and we'll definitely drop by again, Phuket Walk. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good everything. And have a good night, Jenny. Thanks for joining us. And good night here. As Vivian already knows, is Fundi. So Fundi to you, Kun, Jenny. Kokumat Nakap for joining us so far. And hey, feel free to watch the replay tomorrow as well. Enjoying a cup of coffee or whatever you're into. But do have a good night and a wonderful morning. Thank you, Jenny. Good to have you. Okay, let's keep going. As Jazz says hello to Carol. So yeah, we were 2 weeks into the semester. I went into the professor's office and asked him if it was okay for me to join the class. And I apologized for being so late, so on and so forth. And he said, yeah, no worries. You can join in. We have this event happening. Maybe you can go help out. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll help out. I have no idea what's happening even. But thank you so much for taking me in, right? Oh, actually, hold on. Let me cross back. We have some buffering here all the time. Sometimes it even kills the signal. I kind of know this place a little bit. But back to what I was saying. So that event is where I met Sai. I ended up helping out on the event. I showed up. She was completely somewhere else doing her own thing. And by the end of the night, I was all done. It was raining. I felt really tired and really grimy. I wasn't used to the humidity yet at the time and the heat, so I was sweating balls. I wasn't always like this, so good with the heat and the sun. It, took about like 10, 11 years. And Megan says, it was fate. I think so. It really took it's either fate or it took a lot of derail for us to be together. Because the original plan was nothing like this. I had a different plan kind of set up, and we'll go into that a little bit more. But yeah, so I was feeling quite after a long day, I guess, helping out and this and that, all ready to go home. So I went to the bike park and got on the bike, and I started riding out. And right as before I exit the driveway, pretty much, we're gonna come up to it in a bit. I should have told the story and timed it a bit better, but it happens. But yeah, and I'll show you where we met. And she stopped me and she's like, oh, actually, that's before she stopped me. I stopped the bike and I saw everybody working in the field. Sorry, there's two parts to this. So I stopped the bike and I was like, hey, there's a whole bunch of people still doing work. And why am I allowed to go home? And I couldn't see who these people were. So I stopped the bike. Sorry about that, my apologies. And I said, maybe I'll go over and help these people out. It's still raining. And a lot of, well, not everyone was there. Some people was hiding on the side, but there's a lot of brave people moving benches and everything in the field. And I was allowed to go for some reason. So I said, no. These people are part of my class. I'm going to stop the bike and help out. And I walked over, and Simon was the one in the middle of the field, pretty much hauling a bench, or trying to anyways. So I kind of reached out her hand to get my hand to get her attention, and I asked, do you need some help? And she kind of looked up and she's like, yeah. And then we got right to work and pretty much got the bench out of the way and cleared the field. So here's where the second part comes in. And everything was all done, and I still didn't know who she was. I guess we just kind of hauled a bench and a few things to the side together. So I got back on the bike and I was ready to go home, and I felt even grimier now. So yeah, that was the feeling. And suddenly, before I ride off, right here, there we go. See, lucky I forgot the part because I got the timing right. And just as before I exit around this area, sign goes stop. She runs across the field to stop me. Right around here. And I said, what's up? Okay. She's like, you said you helped me, right? I'm like, yeah, I thought I already did. And she's like, no, there's more to move. I'm like, okay. So I got off my bike and went back out there to help her continue and finish the cleaning. And there was a lot more to do. So I guess I only helped out a little bit, and then Simon realized, wait a minute, this guy can help out a lot more. So that's how I met Simon. She stopped me in my tracks before I rode off. Well, I did stop myself first to help out. And this is where I parked my bike, and I was riding out, and she stopped me. This used to be it still is over there. I'll show you. So I parked my bike here that night. Oh, it's this cat again. I'm sorry. You know what? I bothered her last time. I'm gonna let them chill. And this is the field where all the work was happening. And Sign was moving benches actually right in the middle of the field on this side. So this is like a live rerun of what happened that day. Yeah, so this is where all the work was taking place that night. And Sign was pretty much right here. This is where I officially met my wife. On this field. Sorry for the bad storytelling. But at least I'm able to bring you guys to where it all happened. And look at the field today. And I think they had like a festival that day or some sort of big setup. So we're clearing off the booths, the tables. And this is where I met my wife. And now they're number one in Thailand. I have an idea. Let's cut through here. Yeah, we met at an amazing, beautiful university while we were doing cleanup work. So I guess that would be our first date. What you guys do? Hauling benches and tables? Sweating it out. But I guess we did prove we can kind of work together, yeah? Well, it's been a long time since then, a blink of an eye. I'm just very grateful to be able to tell that story to everybody. I never imagined today I'll be able to share that to everyone here, despite maybe some of you hearing it 4 times or 5 times now. And that's actually a model built airline. Some of you already know, but it's always neat to feature it. So you would prepare and get ready here and do some flight attendant work before going to the real thing. And its model and design, everything to look just like an airline or an actual plane would. And they call it PSU Airlines here. Megan says, gives me an excuse to clean. Yeah. Maybe I'll meet my soulmate. Funny thing is, I'm not the, cleanest person. I do tidy up after myself, obviously. But I don't take cleaning as a hobby or anything. But that's what got me my wife, doing some good cleaning and hard work. Oh my, Dawn, thank you for many coffees or motorcycle or anything else. Dawn's like, you guys like so many things. We do have an interest in many things. But, oh my, thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you so much, Dawn, Intruder Alert Captain, for the $50 super chat. Kakumak Nakap from me and Sign. Thank you so much for the awesome support. Geez Louise, as you know, and I wasn't even joking, I did promise Sign and I was very serious about it. She worked so hard for the past 3-4 years pretty much, just getting established and starting her career. Man, it was just really hard on her, and this year especially, and me incurring more expenses, just being a bonehead of like not drinking water and not taking care of myself. And this really helps and definitely 100% covers all that medical bill that I incurred. And you know what, man, whatever Sign likes, man, motorbikes, coffees, it's all her for her birthday. So cheers to gifting her another gift. Thank you so much, Don. Intruder alert, Captain, bro. Kokumat Nakap, props to you. And how do I do this without dropping the phone? High five. Does that work? But all in all seriousness, Kokumat Nakap once again. Cheers. I was trying to give a high five and I didn't like the fact that I failed. So let me try that again. High five to you. All right, I think that did a little better. Hopefully that was better results in terms of what I like to do, gesticulate a lot. And a high five to you, Don. Thank you so much, man. And Sign, since you're there, hey, very happy birthday to you. I'm so sorry about what happened. Geesh, I don't think I thanked you enough for driving me to the hospital right away. And I did feel horrible. And thank you so much, Don, for just lifting some of that burden off of me, as it's been a tough few months and I made it kind of worse. So this will definitely allow her to, she's been like cutting out her sweets and drinks, and even I said, get some of the equipment that you need for streaming. She's like, oh no, I just want to save up for it, pay for the expenses. So man, now she can celebrate her birthday, without any worries. Well, without any worries that I've caused anyways. Thank you, Don. Honestly, man, like I came here with some savings. We set up the cafe, and me and Sign worked really hard, and she never really complained about it. And we're just there trying to live a life together since we started. And like I said, the dream is simple, it's just staying together. What I chose to do is, instead of trying to go somewhere else, we gutted it out here, and we did fairly well. But all in all, she's worked so hard and to arrive where we are. So thank you, Don, for understanding how I feel. I definitely don't want to add any more nonsense to the situation. And I did have some downtime as well to figure out what to do, and she allowed that, very patient with me. Thank you, everyone. And hey, Kurt, for pulling Sign's link, for those of you who's wondering who I'm talking about, do go over to Roam with Sign's channel and check out her amazing content, as she's been working her butt off pretty much for me and her to keep the dream alive. So we've been doing that actually for quite a while. But this journey definitely seems to make it happen, and we can continue doing it, as we kind of hit a dead end for a little bit. And we were quite down, and almost, like I said, mentioned to everybody, I was ready to head back and try to gut it out. But that's not what we want to do. We care more about staying together. Perhaps starting a family. We already have one, but maybe having a daughter or a son one day. And we absolutely love doing this as well, of course. This is amazing. Being able to share some of our stories, bring you guys along with the journey. And like I said, we just gotten started. Sign wants to get the new bike, and she's so serious. Like, I mean it. We talked about this before. I've never seen her actually going about to say, hey, I booked an appointment. I'll see you there, eh? And I'm like, whoa. So everything is happening and moving and changing as me and Sign has been pretty static and still for a while. Not in a good way. And finally, I guess life, whether we like it or not, seems to be moving us along. And we look forward to what's to come. As I look forward to this cup of coffee, I think I talked about it for an hour and a half now. So thank you, everyone. Let me get that cup first, and I'll figure out some more celebrations. We brought in Dono already. And I'm sure we'll figure something out. As I think more celebrations, the better. And Vivian says, Sabadi mai? Sign. Vivian's really applying that Thai all the time. And cheers to you, Vivian. I think you're going to pick up more Thai than me soon enough. As I'm better on the listening end. I often listen to Sign speak Thai to me a little bit when we debate. But not so great on the speaking end. You know, Cafe Amazon does live up to its reputation. Doesn't that already look like a rainforest in there? Hello, Cole. Welcome to the live stream. Good to see you, Cole. And thank you so much for pulling the link earlier, Kurt. I was a little bit emotional, so welcome to Cafe Amazon. Good to have you. We missed you, Kurt. And we still need you to help Sign work out that outro. She's always looking at me, and I'm like, didn't you and Kurt work it out? And she's kind of looking at the screen like, Kurt, where are you? But I'm glad you got me all sorted out on the intro or outro, as I'm comfortably rocking that all the time. But all in all, let's get ourselves a cup of coffee. And I'm going to show my big head a little bit, as I'm going to show myself some more, but thank you, everyone, for joining the journey so far and the amazing support. I think I'm ready for coffee, so hope you guys are as well. So let's grab a cup, yeah? Let's get going. Yeah, Kurt says, I'm going to help you out. It seems like she needs a lot of help on that one. Every time I look over at her, you got your outro? She's like, Okay, let's get that cup first. And maybe I'll make more sense. Sorry, cup. Americano, cup. Americano yen.
ไม่หวานเลยนะคะ
หวานปกติ
70 บาท
ครับผม And cheers.
คิวพี่68นะคะ
ครับ ขอบคุณครับ We never checked out this room, so I'm gonna go in and take a look this time. But yeah, if you want your private room, which maybe that's what we should do. Echo here. I guess this would be the meeting room. I don't think you have to pay anything for. But we'll chill out here. That's pretty neat. And you have a good night, Hajot. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoy some of the university vibes. And I did mention on the title we'll get some rainy walk, but I didn't even need my umbrella once. So all in all, hope you're enjoying that warm weather over there in Toronto. And you have a great day tomorrow, Hajot. I'm gonna sit down first, I guess, but by the time I sit down, the coffee will be ready. It always happens. You know what? I'm gonna trust the barista. He looks very professional, and I think he'll be done in a bit. That was amazing. It looks good. It's always good here, but hey, that was quick. Professionally done. Thank you, barista at Amazon. Always being amazing, consistent. Great cup of coffee. We're gonna settle down. I'm gonna stay indoors for now. We'll probably get hit by copyright anyways. See, I did have an umbrella, guys. It was raining earlier. And let me show you guys what I look like first. To some, really professional. To some, look like an idiot. On the back light here is pretty bad. Let me switch it around, yeah? It's a bit much, but it does help a lot. Oh man, I need this cup of coffee so bad. But all in all, here we are. Let's get the cheers going first. And then we'll get, of course, more celebration started. I think it's necessary. Can you tell I really need this cup of coffee? I can barely get this thing off. And then I'll catch up on the chat. And sorry if I missed any. It's been very confusing times the last few weeks. But before we get into that, cheers everyone for the wonderful support. Pine Salt for starting it out. And Sally, cheers to you as well. And of course Don, the Intruder Alert Captain. Wah wee wah, bro. Thank you so much. And cheers, man. Oh man, I feel like something's lifted from my shoulders, honestly, because that health scare is, I mean, despite me recovering quite quickly, I felt really bad about it. It's all caused by me. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I didn't eat anything or drink anything for like a couple of days, and Simon was asking, do you want some food? And I was just like, no, because I was quite down from, as you guys know, the whole ordeal, my cat passing, and I don't know, man, I don't know what I was thinking. And then eventually, I guess, I just forgot to drink water that day. So yeah, it's just me being stupid that caused so much burden, and it was quite an expense for me and her as well. So she works very hard every single day, 6 days a week, you know what I mean? And she's still trying to, and she enjoys it, of course, but have a stream with everybody once a week at least on her channel. So man, cheers to Don, cheers to everybody, and cheers to Sign. I love you, Sign, and I'm sorry for being a butthead. My bad. Cheers. And you guys know we're not like super mushy type of, you know, cuddling type of couples. We do hug and hold hands, but we don't say I love you 10,000 times a day. But hey, I love you. Thank you so much for saving my life. She drove me to the emergency room like right away. Sometimes here, if you call the ambulance, you don't know, there might be some hiccups. So there's a lot of traffic, and she took some shortcuts to make it home right away. Took time off of work, and I'm gonna take this off first so I can breathe a little bit. Since it's not raining, I think I'll be able to handle 2 phones. Well, might as well put the umbrella back. There we go. We'll head outside in a bit. Probably enjoy some of the natural ambience outside. And here's Don talking to Sign about some motorbike experience. That's awesome. She's still deciding on what bike to get, so we're actually unsure, but she's really into that Yamaha that she want to test out first. See if we can make a video of that as well. I think that'll be fun. You know what? Let's check out the cafe. Cheers one more time to everybody, and then we'll head on outside. Drink more coffee. Cheers. Can you guys tell I needed that? Whew. Yeah. I mean, they're living up to their reputation as Amazon Cafe. I feel like I'm in a rainforest. Now, if it didn't rain, I could sit out here, but everything's all wet now. Let's check it out. Vivian, thank you. And Vivian says, if you dwell on the past, you'll ruin the present, and there'll be no future. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you so much, of course, for the $20 super chat, but also thank you so much for the wisdom and the kind words. I never thought of it that way, actually. Kakumanakap. In many ways, I have been delaying the future, and I do dwell quite a bit in the past. So you're absolutely right. I am here, and the present is really great and kind to me and Sign. And I do look forward to the future, as I mentioned a few times, as I never did ever in my lifetime, but I am looking forward to growing my family some more. So I'm going to take that advice to heart. Thank you so much, as probably one way or another I have been hindering me and Sign's future a little bit. ขอบคุณมากนะครับ Cheers, Vivian. Thank you. You know, Vivian has probably noticed that I drill quite a lot in the past and has given me some wisdom on that a few times. And every time it does hit me quite the same. But I guess you're more straightforward about it this time around. And it kind of hit me in the head a little bit. As you know, sometimes Sign would be doing alright at home and just having a good time, and I would go into these little sad moments as I drill about the past a little bit. And it does every now and then. Take us off the path of focusing on what we need to do. There's so much more that we can do. We're such a young couple. I feel like we barely got started. I'm just so grateful that we're still here together. And that's really thanks to everybody. I was ready to pack the bags. Geez, let me sit down once again and give us a nice cheers. And I'm just gonna pull the table back as everyone's just having a good time. I don't want to disturb anybody. And as I was saying, and being a little bit sappy and emotional, thank you, Don, for continuing to talk to Sign about some motorbikes. Don't let me get all sappy. Oh no, Vivian, thank you so much for that. You know, like I said, sometimes you just gotta say it straight out. Don't hit me, it's a lot easier to understand. And Chris says, I encourage everyone to slap Alex around sometimes. Thanks for joining in the wisdom, Kurt. If it makes you smarter, then alright, I'll let you give it a go. But if anything, cheers to you and cheers to Vivian. Thank you so much for the amazing support and of course the wisdom. And I'm going to talk to Sign about that some more and probably apologize as, yeah, you're right. You're right. It is time to move on. And as I realized from recent months and even this year overall, there's so little time, is it? We're just not sure how much, right? So I'm very grateful. And cheers one more time. Enough about me. Cheers, everyone. And let me catch up on the chats, as Megan was saying she enjoys these hanging ones here. So let's check this out a little bit first. And enjoy the view and scenes here. And I probably missed a lot of chats. If anything, Sign is probably doing a great job helping me. And Dawn is doing a great job preventing me from being all sappy when Sign is all excited about her motorbike. It's actually a great idea, the fact that she wants to switch to the bike. It's obviously a little bit more hassle for her, but we had a conversation. I'm like, you sure you can do the rainy season all on a motorbike? She's like, I lived here my whole life and I did it on a motorbike. I'm like, you're right. I'm sure you can pull it off. Oh jeez, one moment. I need to charge my phone a bit. I didn't realize how tight it was. 10 seconds to go before it shuts down. Will I make it? Yes. As I was getting recharged, I forgot to recharge most of my gear. So I think I plugged in just in time. Just give me one moment. Sorry about the lag. Everything is in working order. See if I can still check the chat. Here we are. And I think most YouTubers and walktubers and streamers will agree. We hate it when the chat automatically goes to top messages. But as we're enjoying the beautiful view, we're gonna get some celebrations started. And I see someone just in time for the celebrations. Hey Lee, welcome to the live stream. I was just getting all over the place worrying about power bank issues. But good to have you here to check out the view. And of course, you're just in time for coffee time, Lee. So cheers to you. And thank you for everybody that supported this coffee. Let me get that ugly wrap off as we can enjoy this nice cup a little more. Amazon's. Or Amazon, to be correct. Cheers. Welcome to Princess Songkla University. We're right next to the facilities, having Amazon coffee. I think you've been here before, Lee. It's one of my favorite go-to coffee places. As you guys can imagine, I spent a lot of time here during my university days studying around the area and the facility. They didn't have Amazon here in particular at the time. It was a bank, I think, this location. But I did check out a lot of stalls across the street, but I'm glad they have Amazon now. It's one of my favorites around the island. And we're gonna get a couple of banners up for the amazing support. One moment, I want to get us a better angle. And we have some grand backdrops already. And sometimes, I often say, it's the small things that make life great. And thank you everybody for making today great. I'm gonna focus on this little area, this little pond here. But I happen to really enjoy it. So let's give some celebrations here. And I did say to Lee, you're just in time, so you're just in time for banner time. We had a few already, but today it was a amazing, wonderful day. Thank you everyone, as I have been feeling a little glum lately, especially with these rainy days. But today was all about positiveness, despite me being a bit sappy. Sorry guys. But you know what? Don't mind me, as I know Sign's gonna be really happy tonight. We're gonna go home and look at some gears that she needs for her streaming, and also some gifts, and we're gonna have a good meal. Last time we got to enjoy some curry rice. So perhaps tonight I can take her to a nice restaurant again, maybe in Phuket town or something. But yeah, I'm really excited about that already. As I'm talking away, sorry about that. One moment before everybody falls asleep on me. And thank you for braving the night, Vivian. Also, Dawn. Cheers to both of you. And I need one more up, and not just for making it so wonderful for me, but just helping me and Sign out. As man, during high season, Sign just worked her butt off. It's barely over, and she hasn't had a lot of rest. And that birthday celebration was probably her only escape, I guess, in terms of just having to work every day. And we had a great day that day as well. You know, she got to visit the beach with us and had a great time at Super Surf. But now I guess it's much relief, and like I said, my shoulder is not as heavy, as I caused quite a bit of burden this month for her, and I think now it's quite fully lifted and she get to enjoy her birthday. And as we're celebrating, cheers to Medano as well for the 5 superstar gifts, membership gifts. Thank you so much, Medano. And hey, you know what, man? We're a community here, so we celebrate together, yeah? So one moment. And let me try to back up a little bit and get it better. All right, thank you. I might as well give the shout out while we're celebrating. Of course, thank you everyone for today and the wonderful support. But hey, cheers Medano for the gift of all gifts, 5 more memberships, and the memberships are growing, and you know how important that is for the channel. So cheers to you, brother, and I appreciate it, man. And let's get the celebration started for you, Medano, Intruder Alert Captain, Vivian Johnson. And I think my big head isn't great for a backdrop, so let's get back to this beautiful area here. Like I said, we're focusing on these, and suggested by Megan, of course, these hanging displays here of nature. And I can't put everybody's banner up. Not only do I have a limit, but also that might block everything. So cheers everyone once again, but here's to Medano, Vivian, and Intruder Alert Captain, Don. And you know, we're gonna get a few guys in. Hey, here's Dono in the house. And cheers for that. Whoops, one moment. And we have a few more friends to get in here. I think we always like home, Maria. I might have positioned Homer in the spot where I can't take him off. One moment. Here we are. And also one more for Vivian. I'm not sure what you're into, Vivian, but I am absolutely loving cats, so hopefully you like this one. This is a cat toast. While we're at it, welcome to all the new members. Thank you everybody for the wonderful support. And aside from that, let's get some traditional celebrations going. Cheers everybody. Once again, Kakuma in the cup. And thank you once again, Wawa, wee Wawa, holy guacamole, holy cow. Awesome indeed. Thank you very much. And one more thank you to finish it off. And I think we have enough fireworks until next year. Cheers, everyone. Homer is dope. Okay. And I'm gonna give a quick shout out to the new members. And we have Barbara and also Dave in Bangor, Maine, and the Luxury Bucket List, Hidden Jackpots, Carol Alley. So welcome everyone to membership in the Phuket Walk family. Hope you enjoy our June video, as it took me a while to get up, but finally it's actually up. And I still need to write something for our members post for June, and you guys know it's well into July. So you can see how fast this month has passed me by. And I guess all in all, the main focus event of June for me anyways and July is the relocation. I'm so glad that's actually completed. We're still settling down, unpacking, but all in order. Everything is going well, so thank you so much. And I will get us a post for the members post soon enough, but before that happens, enjoy some of the member stickers and all the other members content I have up already. We're gonna finish this coffee up and we're gonna walk some more, because it looks like my equipment won't keep up, so I'm not gonna end the stream. We're gonna walk together and roam Katu a little bit more, but before that, cheers. And wow, that was a lovely cup of coffee. And thank you, Sally, for saying awesome support Medano. Okay, I'm gonna remember to grab my bag, because I think that might be important. Whoops, what am I doing here? There we are. All right. We're looking good, no overheating. Do I want to put my mount on? Probably not. Let's go. And thank you, Cafe Amazon. And hope you're having a cup of coffee yourself, Lee. As this is probably Lee's coffee time usually. I had a great cup there. Thank you so much, everyone. Despite me being all over the place, dropping my phone. And the usual clumsiness that I do, and biting on my tongue about 50,000 times due to lack of coffee. Cheers to everyone for all your patience and enduring all the growing pains of not just the channel, but me, myself as a person. I am a stubborn nut, but I do listen to people, of course, people that are nice to me and kind to me and give me sincere advice. So thank you, all of you. As me and Sign definitely need it. We usually just have each other's back and work from that, you know what I mean? But it hasn't been easy lately. Before, with the whole family there, meeting my 2 cats, everything seems so full, so strong, so balanced. And then suddenly one of my cats leave, and I get a taste of reality and start to realize how blessed and grateful I should be for all those years. But Vivian's absolutely right. We do need to rebuild, and I do have to admit, and here's the sign as well, I am maybe one way or another the one that's lingering the future from arriving. I do dwell on the past quite a bit, and sometimes maybe I mean well, but not for all the right reasons and right timing. And Vivian's right, as many of you has reminded me. If I spend so much time in the past, how can the future arrive? I'm very glad. I mentioned a few times, repetitively almost, that this relocation was quite important to us. As getting out of the old house, I already feel things are a little bit better. We're in a new environment, a new location. But it's weird though, even though we're somewhere new and we're obviously just arrived at a smaller apartment, it does feel like something is missing. As you guys can understand, me and Sign are still trying to adapt to recent events. Despite me mentioning it and enduring it for the past few months, it does take a little bit longer. But we're so happy on the relocation. It's amazing, the place, and we're enjoying it. And big plans to come, as Sign is gonna get her new bike soon enough. Anyways, we're actually really excited about selling the car now. We never got that excited ever, but now it seems to serve a lot of purpose. She can make some good content with it, as well as driving streams are one thing, but she really enjoys her bike riding, and she has a passion for that more so than me. I enjoy going everywhere with my bike, but she's rode on a motorbike her whole life. So she's really keen to do some live streams or videos, as I'm usually the one that's always on the monkey and hogging it. And thank you, Don, for enjoying and also coming along on these journeys. I did promise everybody, and I assure everybody, we'll have brighter days and more positiveness coming. I do feel a lot better now, despite still talking about it a little bit, but my apologies. It is something that's on my mind. But you guys can see, despite ups and downs, we can still carry on and have a great time. And I definitely do on these walks. I always say, and some people, I don't know if you guys understand, it's impossible to do these walks if you don't enjoy and love what you do and who you're with. And I love my community, and I often say, you guys are here for me more so than what I do for you guys. But I do hope, like I said every episode, I do something positive for everybody, provide everybody some good vibes, maybe some annoyingness and bad storytelling, but hey, all in all, I mean well. I just want to help Alcine and my family a lot. As it was quite difficult to find the right thing to do to help out. I often mention the sign, hey, maybe I just pick up and go, and that didn't really make any sense, as we fought so hard to stay put and stay together. So here's something that starts to make sense in my life, and it's taking me in the right direction. As Don said, hey, you're absolutely right, Don. You know, if I just hold on to the past and not learn anything from it, then I'll just be stuck. And Don says we learn from the past to have a great future. It's funny, I should know that, especially at the age of 43, but I guess all of us know age is just a number. I still remember exactly what I was like in 21, and every now and then I still feel that way. So thank you everybody for all the wisdom. Like I said, me and Sign leaned on each other for many years, and this time we're both kind of down. It's different. Hey puppies, Megan says. Chris says maybe she can get a sidecart and drive you along with her. Hey, that might be something cool. But I don't think she's into that, because she's all into that solo riding style thing. But maybe we can get something that's attachable and detachable. That might be cool. And Once Upon a City, Sally says, big move, Alex. Don't beat yourself up. Takes time, my friend. Time is your friend. Thank you, Sally. And Sally also notices me kind of a little bit hard on myself. And thanks for pointing that out. And actually, it's really great that you let me know that what I'm doing to myself sometimes. Because when I do that, in return, I just not that positive when Sign's around, and she's had a hard day at work. You guys can imagine before I had these walks, and just these kind of meditation walks, I call it, earlier anyways. And it is. But yeah, Sign used to come home from a hard day's work, and I kind of just didn't do much, and we were on completely different channels, so everything is starting to make a lot of sense. And we are sharing the same dream. I mentioned so many times. It's so important. I mean, we were always working together and trying to make things work out, but we didn't have anything to dream about. But here we are now. We're dreaming alright. And we're living it. And thank you, everyone. Oh, Lee, man, do keep warm, brother. I hope all the warmth we received today on this channel could warm you up a little bit. I actually read it up myself, as I know South Africa mornings, especially during winter times in Cape Town, can get pretty cold. And I hate cold mornings myself, especially, I mentioned last time in a story that, especially when you live in a place where you don't have a heater. And that's culture. When I lived in Guangzhou, China for a little bit, when I went back there to check it out, on one of my adventures early on in my life, I lived in Guangzhou and none of them used heaters. And winter came, it was damp, it was cold to the bone, and I was freezing in the morning. I was late for work every day. I'm like, man, it's so hard to get up when it's cold out there. Yeah, Kurt's idea is actually not so bad. As you know, it's harder to relax riding in the back. But yeah, a side cart would be nice. Yeah, I understand, Lee. I still remember me trying to make up solutions, so I was like, I'll just get up and take a hot shower. So I got up once and tried to do that, and as I was taking the hot shower, it would take the water heater to warm up like 5-10 minutes or so, so I'm like freezing, and by the time the hot water came, But anyways, it was a mixture of hot and cold experience. It wasn't very enjoyable, and that didn't work out. So all in all, it's cold mornings are something of my enemy too. I have a hard time with it. I'm gonna cross the street so we can have some walk paths. And when we were meeting up with the puppies, Kurt said, "How did you know we had hot dogs for lunch?" What? How delay is my chat? Yeah, I hope you enjoy coffee time. We had loads of celebration there, and that was my first cup of coffee. And I don't know. I mean, the first cup is always the best. Can you guys tell I'm just talking away? It's great. I guess I needed that little bit of a wake-up call in my brain. If you guys want to see what a bubbly YouTuber looks like, or a walktuber, let me put myself on screen. And I mean, I'm not always like this, but generally I'm all smiles on these walks thanks to you guys. So thank you so much for today, man. I do walk around with a smile. I don't care. I'm just enjoying a good time. So if I'm having a good time, I'm gonna smile away, you know. You don't have moments where you get a good chance to just smile from the heart. And a lot of these walks allow me to do that. So thanks to everybody, man. I guess I try to tell the story a little bit, but all in all, what I mean is I hate making a situation that's already bad, and I hate making it worse. And I definitely felt like I kind of did that in the month of June. And the reason was not even valid enough. Whatever the cause was, I should at least take care of myself and not have to worry. Sign, like I said, she also took a day off of work, so you know, she also missed some pay from work as well. So it's just a chain reaction of expenses that I have cost. I always thought, and I was taught, you know, if you can't help out, at least stay out of the way, you know what I mean? Don't make more trouble. But yeah, I'm really excited. Maybe we can, well, definitely I think we'll go out to one of these local restaurants and we'll grab a meal tonight. We've been kind of eating in the house to save up a little bit. And the great part actually about locally is there's always certain dishes that you can get that are really valued. I know that, you know, usually the pricing of things are not very high already, and I understand that. But you could even save even more than that. That's what I'm saying. So some pretty good on protein in terms, but simpler items and meals. So I've been having a lot of just fried egg and rice, and they make it in omelets and stuff, and they give you 2 eggs, 3 eggs, 4 eggs, or like 4 eggs is only like 50 baht, 60 baht, so that's plenty of protein. But yeah, rice and egg, not even fried rice, just omelet, rice and egg. It's probably one of the most thrift and value and, you know, nutritious thing you can get here. I know some places, like for example, if you go to South Korea, they'll tell you ramen is the way to go, right? As you know, they're very big on their instant noodles and ramen. But Thailand, if you ask me, it would be the omelet egg and side order of rice. That would get you full, and you get all the nutrition, and like I said, 3-4 eggs for 50 baht, 60 baht, which is like $2. So I've been eating a lot of meals that's kind of like that. Still very healthy, but not as picky. That's quite alright. And that's why I love about here, you know. You can always kind of scale down a little bit in terms of spending on those things. And you guys thought it was cheap already in some of the stuff we've seen. Intruder alert, Captain Don says, sounds pretty yummy. Yeah, I enjoy it. So actually, I've been getting my dose of protein quite a bit since I got less picky and savings, because I've been just getting doses of egg all day instead of, you know, being picky and eating some fried foods. It actually has been healthier, simpler. And Don says, yeah, life always throws some curveballs. Yeah, definitely didn't see this one coming at all. But also, I feel pretty blessed, as I know things could be way worse. We had maybe I don't know, maybe it was fate, or I felt something, I don't know, but everything just kind of came into place. We started the channel around October last year. I just felt like, and like I mentioned, I talked to Sign. I was like, we have to do something different. We have to do something. And I really think maybe perhaps we have a chance of doing this. And you guys know how I was inspired by Johnny Strides. I did watch YouTube from other creators that I like, but no one really hit me in the head like Johnny did. I guess we have some similarities, despite perhaps not being quite obvious or apparent on first glimpse. But I do see some things that I can do that Johnny has, and some similar characteristics that me and him share. And from that point on, I just said, hey, I had a talk with Sign. And at the time it was still hard, because you guys know I didn't even have a streaming phone, and you guys endure that with me. I didn't have a very good camera, but we did what we can to get something working. And even when we were trying to get the internet plan worked out, we were quite iffy. You know, still quite a bit of expenses for us. But all in all, my point being is we did it. Sign believed in me, and here we are, thanks to everyone. Because YouTube and starting a channel and having a community is not something. It's not something you just achieve yourself. And I think that's what really helped me, actually. And I'm not sure where the wisdom came from in terms of other people, but my wisdom came from Canadian Vasily. We were talking on one of my walks, and one of my earlier walks, and Vasily said something really important. He said, hey, pretty much, I don't remember the exact words, but pretty much he pretty much said, you don't have to do this alone. We can do this together. And that really hit the bell for me. And I really treasure what he said, actually. I might have mentioned it a few times, but not in full context. But cheers, man, Canadian Facility. You know, you and everyone that shares that belief in the community. I was kind of in the car's way, so I looked back and gave him a Y to say sorry. He was looking at me like, you gonna go? There's a dim sum place. But yeah, after hearing that from Canadian Facility, I really thought about it. I said, hey, it's really something wrong if you make it somewhere, but you're all alone. Probably done something wrong. And everything started to make sense. started to fall into place. As sometimes the more deeper you're in trouble, like me and Sign was, and you guys know we don't have really a big family or any. We have some good friends, I'll say that, and very good ones at that, super close. But in terms of family wise, we have really none of that, and we definitely don't have a big community or people that we could even talk to when we first started out. So all of a sudden, instead of me doing the Lone Ranger, as I always thought that might be the solution, me running off to Toronto, I don't fully believe in that because I just had no other solution at the time. Running away, it's never the best solution, is it? Maybe sometimes, but not after fighting together for so many years. For me and Sign was just staying here. But before I go too much off topic, thank you, Canadian Facility. Cheers for that. And of course, not just talking about it, living up to it, the whole community has. It's amazing. And Vivian just mentioned the other day, you know, isn't it true? It is truly a community where, you know, you just enjoy saying hi to maybe perhaps the same people a few times. But why not? You have a great time. That's what we're all about. And when I say Sign starts to believe in the dream, I also mean she starts to see that we could have perhaps some friends, a sense of community, some people that might understand and know what we're going through, because over the years we've been more and more shied out to ourselves. We've been more challenges we faced. It seems like the less we reached out and more me and her trying to resolve everything together, and one way or another we made that work, thank God. But we did reach a point where I felt I'm not sure what to do. And that's when the channel was born. So thank you everyone. We're just getting started. You know, even when getting started in the channel, when I first started the channel, I thought about things like, oh, you know, how do I be myself? How do I start opening up and show everybody or being who I am? And now after all that's happened, I don't think about those things, because every day this myself is new to me. I never experienced these days before. After all recent events, I don't even know who I am. And that's what it means to grow, isn't it? And thank you everyone for being a part of my growth, not just with the channel, as a person, as a human being, as someone that's just learning how to be a husband, and perhaps maybe one day I'll get to learn how to be a dad. Still sounds a little bit far reach. I don't know. My heart is there. Oh yeah, Don. We have a great community. Definitely. I'm so thankful and grateful for everybody. Yeah, I know, Don. I remember the days where I used to text people on their beepers and you try to type numbers in to make words. Good old days. It was very difficult, actually. You know, you would meet with someone. You're like, I'm here. That's all you could type, pretty much. You'll run out of numbers soon enough. And thanks, Kurt. Yeah, one day. It's a big deal to me, actually, Kurt. I didn't exactly grow up in, well, my mom was great, but I didn't exactly grow up in the best environment. And then I was pretty much on my own at the age of 19. I always call myself damaged goods, as I never completely felt I can be a good father. So I always shied away from that idea. But I'm there. I'm all there. Now it's just a matter of what Johnny's advice was: putting my head down, keep grinding, and making it happen. Oh, sorry about that. Off angle there. And it's a pleasure as well, Lee. And thank you and everyone for always coming along, man. And today, Bonehead Me forgot to give my amazing mods a shout out, so thank you to all my mods for being so wonderful. And of course today, listening to all my sappiness a little bit. But cheers to everyone for being a part of the wonderful community. It wasn't for my mods, amazing people upkeeping the community and making it nice and safe for everyone, including me and Sign. A lot of these walks would be quite difficult, if not impossible, as some of you, many of you, have saved my butt many times from either no audio or the stream buffering or the stream going down altogether, one way or another, and even reminding me to not forget my umbrella or wallet at times. One way or another, I saved my butt throughout the journey. So thank you so much to you all wonderful people. You are the mods of this channel for a good reason. So cheers to all of you. And thank you, Kurt, for reminding me of my blunder past few streams ago. Didn't I say I redeemed myself? See, I'm willing to use that word again, see? I've made peace with it. Kurt says, you'll make a great dad, Alex. Most important thing is showing up. No one really knows what they're doing. Lead with your heart, bro. Hey, that's amazing advice, man. Thank you ahead of time, because I need plenty of advice going into it and when it does happen. Well, we're not getting any younger, me and Sign. And we're looking to make it happen sooner than later. And cheers, Medano. Of course, for being an amazing super mod, but also being a great friend. Not just to me, but to the whole community. So thank you so much, Medano. Cheers, Lee! Glad you're feeling the vibes. As I'm not going to film this place, but I will find us another backdrop. One moment as I'm going to make a left turn here. But thank you so much, Lee, for feeling the vibes with the super sticker. $13.99 ZAR. I appreciate it, brother. And like I said, do keep warm. And I hope the weather gets warmer in the mornings, then you'll be able to get up a lot easier and join our streams, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad you're here today with us, as we're going to do a little bit of a victory walk now, but I'm going to head up this way a little more. But I like this place, it's looking good. So let's just give you a shout out at a interesting backdrop. Thank you, Lee, once again for the super sticker, the $13.99 ZAR, as I avoid this car. But cheers, brother. Hope you're warming up, enjoying that cup of coffee. Kakuma the cup. Thank you, Lee. Cheers. What did that stand back there sell? I like the name 30. You see all sorts of interesting things here. I'll show you this one is interesting as well. And they got quite a bit of a display here also at this shop. And Kurt says, alright bro, I gotta hit the sack. Early morning, have a good night my friends. Brother, no worries man, we're just doing a victory lap right now. So you have a good night, as I'll be probably signing off with your outro soon enough. So do watch that on the replay if you have already fell asleep. If anything, thank you so much for joining us, Kurt. I always appreciate you. And it's always a good time that you're around, you know what I'm saying? Providing that humor for me, as I much need it. So thanks for being you, Kurt Affair. You have a great one. And cheers everybody for all the support. Man, I'm a little bit speechless, to be honest. I'm so happy and I feel so much lighter, whether on my feet or on my shoulders. I didn't mention last month, I put quite a burden on the family at a time that is absolutely unnecessary due to my own blunders. So thank you everybody for providing me the positiveness and lifting that off my shoulders. And aside from, of course, some emotional moments during some conversations, I hope everybody had a positive experience overall and enjoyed this walk. And And thank you everybody, whether you have already fallen asleep or still with us. Either or, I appreciate all of you, whether you're lurking or in the chats. Thank you so much everybody. I'm gonna give a very important shout out to my wonderful support today, and geez, it's amazing. I mean, it's always amazing, but I think today I can go home feeling I can take my wife out for dinner. And also perhaps lifting that burden that I caused finally, completely. And as many of you gave me some great advice, as we're witnessing this new building being built, I cannot always dwell on the past and stay there. Sometimes it's important to move on, like you guys said, so the future can actually be there for me. I'm gonna take a few more steps down. Find us a better background. This is pretty pleasant to look at. And one moment as my camera is doing something funny. Okay. And Lee says, I'm gonna watch your Honda Monkey video, the one you made for Liam. Oh, please do. I had a great ride, and cheers to Liam for that one, of course. And I had a really fun ride actually. That was a really enjoyable ride, as it's probably the first 4K video that I did with the handlebars in. So please do enjoy that, everyone, and Lee as well. And hopefully not all of you have fallen asleep on me. I'm going to give a very important shout out for the wonderful support. Thank you. Cheers to Pine Sol for starting me out with a good morning for that Thai coffee. I definitely enjoyed a nice cup there at Amazon. Cheers to you, Pine Sol. Hopefully I gave you a good night's sleep. And also cheerful and fun from Once Upon a City, as you are as well, Sally. And thanks for all your inspiration and lovely stream you provided on your channel. So please do go over to Once Upon a City, and if you guys are interested, you can rock your own link by those commands, and I'll show you guys how later on. But if anything, do go over to Sally's channel. Thank you so much, Sally, for joining us today, and I hope I'll see you soon on your live stream as well. And Don, intruder alert captain, coming in to say hello to everyone and wishing everybody a good day. And of course, with the Wawa Wee Wawa continuous support for many coffees, definitely a lot, and or motorcycle. But hey, if anything, I think I'm going to give that to Sign and let Sign decide. She might opt to go for the motorcycles. And Vivian Johnson as well for letting me know and the great advice to not dwell in the past. It definitely, I have been making the present a bit harder for my family, as you're right, it does ruin the present a little bit, as the future cannot arrive without me letting go and enjoying the present and looking forward to what's to come. And cheers to Madano, a gift of all gifts, helping the channel to continue to grow, which is so important for me and Sign to keep the stream alive, and it's very well alive. We're going strong, and I think we can do more for everybody. And thank you for showing us that we can do more, and we're capable of providing us with better content, and we will definitely do that. We have a lot of plans, especially Sign thinking to sell the car and do more streaming and bike content for everybody. And also cheers to Lee for the buzzer beater, the 1399 ZAR, and I hope you do enjoy that bike ride video. Enjoy mine from now before Sign makes hers. And thank you, Madano, for pulling Liam's link, and feel free to do that for anybody, my mods, as I set those up, making it easier for everybody. I think I cover most, but if not, do let me know who I'm. But do feel free to try it out and just pretty much the same command Madano just did and pull up those links. But if anything, hey, thank you everyone for all the wonderful support today. I can't say enough. Like I said, I'm a little bit out of words to describe how I feel, but all in all, I feel wonderful. I feel like the burden has been lifted, and I said earlier, I feel like I can finally take my wife out for a wonderful night out for dinner. So I'll let her choose what she's gonna have tonight, and I'm sure we'll take some pictures and hope she'll have some dessert as well, as she does deserve some sweetness, because as you guys sometimes see, I've been a little bit more on the sappy side. So thank you for all the encouragement, and Sally, thank you for saying that and pointing out that I'm okay being positive. I'll continue being more positive next stream around. Thank you so much, everyone. All in all, I'm a little bit all over the place, but thank you so much. Kakumang nakap. Cheers to everybody, and we'll see everybody shortly. Do take care. I'm your Phuket Walker, Alex. Sadi kap, sadi ka, and I will catch you later. I hope everybody had a wonderful time and a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream and walk. I will be back to walk with everybody once again, of course. But until next time, please do take care. Please do stay for the outro music, as I have updated the recent members list, and it looks like I'm gonna update it again. But if anything, hey, here's the most recent update until I do. Have a great night. Do take care. We're off.